This video is going to essentially talk about, essentially, 495 and the NSP have a little bit of an alliance. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Well, see, here's the thing. We're going to talk about roads that commonly intersect both, and whether or not they intersect the SSP, but the Ocean Parkway too, because the SSP is closer to the NSP than the OSP. The 14-mile long Wantagh State Parkway intersects the SSP at mile 8. Sure, it is 6 miles between the NSP and the SSP, but it's 8 between the SSP and the OSP. But the thing is that neither the Wantagh nor its twin, the Meadowbrook, actually extend all the way up to 495. So exit technical JB3 on the Wantagh is the Ocean Parkway, JB2 is Bay Parkway, JB1 is a fishing tier. All of the following exits are signed. W6 is Merrick Road, where Wantagh Avenue begins. W5 is NY27. W4 is the SSP. W3 is NY24. W2 is Old Country Road. And W1, which is only on the exit 33 ramp of the NSP heading south, is Brush Hollow Road. The unsigned exit W0 is for the Northern State Parkway. For the Meadowbrook, the unsigned exit M11 is for the unsigned exit M11 is for the Ocean Parkway, but all the following exits are signed. Exit M10 is the Loop Parkway, M9 is Merrick Road, M8 is NY27, M7 is Babylon Turnpike, M6 is the SSP, M5 is NY24 West, M4 is NY24 West, which is also Charles Lindbergh Boulevard heading south. So that means that M4 is technically the first exit that you could do to get to the Roosevelt Field Mall complex. Exit M3 is Stewart Avenue. That's actually the one that we used to take to get to the mall. Exit M2 East is Zeckendorf Boulevard, but now I take exit M2 West, which is directly into the mall. M1 is Old Country Road, which you could also theoretically use. And the unsigned exit M0 is for the NSP. The MSP does not continue all the way up to Interstate 495. However, the NSP does go pretty much parallel north. With that point, after 31A, so exit 31 is Glen Cove Road, and exit heading north, and then you have 29A, which is 495. After the exit 38, we have 495 merges on, however, you have interstate coming down. You have exit 30 and 31 and 31A. This time are actually basically the same exit, but exit 30 is IU Willits Road. So they're kind of twins. As for the Wantagh, you can't head on Brush Hollow Road if you're heading north. So you have to take the NSP East to exit 34 into Brush Hollow Road. Brush Hollow Road then connects to NY25, where you can merge onto I-495 by exit 40. So the Meadowbrook and the Wantagh are kind of twins in a sense. Anyway, so the GCP and /NSP and 495 have many similar exits, but there are problems with some of them. For an example, exit 19 off of I-495 is NY25, which is exit 12 off of the GCP. But the problem is the fact that that totally different points, because NY25 is not a north-south highway. Then you have I-278, which is east-west, but it's north-south throughout Long Island. Exit 35, right after Kings, is like the immediate exit after Kings is I-495, whereas at the other side of Queens, one exit before New York County and eventually the Bronx, you have the GCP, which is 42 and heading back the other way, unsigned 44. It's exit 17 off of 495 and 4, the end of the GCP. Fun fact, the GCP was actually planned to extend all the way out to Interstate 87. So I believe exit 3 was for Astoria Boulevard, which is now exit 45, and exit 2 was for the RFK Bridge, and exit 1 was for I-87 itself. Though I can't be totally sure, and that's just speculation on my part. But I have a reasonable amount of confidence, but I'm just saying it's part speculation. Anywho, interstate, 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 anyway, so the next common one that we have is when they trade blows 10 and 22A, 22AB saying east on 495. So yeah, and if you're wondering, the lesser number is always going through the GCP and the NSP, because if you're wondering, 495 actually stops the exit officially at 13. Now in New York County, they do have unsigned exits: 8 for Lower Manhattan, 9 for Midtown Manhattan, and 10 for Uptown Manhattan. As for streets, downtown is 34th, Midtown is 37th, and Uptown is 42nd Street. The Mid-Manhattan Expressway would have then had exit 7 as NY9A, and then what is now NJ495 at the other side of the Lincoln Tunnel would have been the remaining part, which I believe has 5 exits in New Jersey, or maybe 6. It was supposed to connect out to Interstate 95 in Weehawken. On the other end, it was supposed to go to Orion Point at NY25. Meaning that technically it does have stubs at both ends of the highway, but not as much so as NY135, which we will get into shortly. So essentially after you know, you have okay, anyway, so essentially after you have anyway, so essentially, after you have that, your next one is gonna have to be it's gonna have to be 678. The problem is that GCP actually intersects it twice. Exit 9, though indirectly and via 25A, which 9 West East is actually that's off the GCP, and then you also have and then also at exit 13 south, but I believe for 9 it's only heading north, which is a problem. And it's 22B heading west on 495, CD heading east. So as you're wondering, you're probably seeing a bit of a problem. But we have some luck, as I believe Utopia Parkway is exit, I think, 18? I believe exit 18 off the GCP, 25 off 495. Then Francis Lewis Boulevard is 20 and 26, which actually just before the between Francis Lewis Boulevard and 188th Street, which is exit 19 off the GCP, they actually have a rest stop. That's kind of convenient. Anyway, interstate. Anyway, interstate, the next interstate is, anyway, so the next, Interstate 295 is next. It's 21N off the GCP, 27 off of 495. The reason why it's 21N is because 21S, N125 again gets really close. So essentially 21S is essentially N125 south. Is like, if you go on 295, there's nothing beyond it. The next common intersection place is the CIP. 31 off of 495, 23 off the NSP. And then you finally have the Little Neck Parkway, 32 off 195, 24 off the NSP, but there are problems. First of all, Interstate 278 is a massively long highway, as also exit 16 is the belt, and even only including that, and if we were to also include other stuff besides the portions in Long Island, it will just be a monumental highway. So that's the problem that I have with 278. With Francis Lewis Boulevard, that's also, I'm not sure if it's an exit off the belt, though I think it would be. But even if it's not, it's exit 35 off the CIP. And Utopia is exit 34. And if you're wondering the problems with that, is the CIP after exit 32, which is Bell Boulevard / Taunton, it actually becomes an east-west highway going from there to 678, where it ends. Oh, we're going to Old Country Road. I'm taking a bit of a creative detour. But we are going to Old Country Road. I'm just not going the direct way. Anyway, interstate, so with 295, I mean, I guess I don't really have a problem with the trading blows, but the GCP is north-south at that point. Oh, we forgot to mention the problems with 678. Yes, so very quickly, the problems with 678 lie with the fact that, I might have forgotten some. I'm not too familiar with the GCP out west, but not all the way out west. The problems with, if you're wondering what the problems are with, if you're wondering what the problems are, essentially, If you wonder what the problems are, essentially with 678, it's exit 19 off the belt, so that's pretty far south. Which, I mean, I'm trying not to be too nitpicky, but you're gonna run into those problems eventually. It's exit. I know. I have a creative way to get to Old Country Road. You're right. This is not the correct way. Even if we're going a creative way, we still need a better way. Well, see the thing. So, like Sylvia and Stauber on Old Country Road, there's no connection. There's no road in between them, and the same is for Stauber and Maple Gate. But the same also applies with Maple Gate and Pasadena. There's no road in between the two. And considering that Maple Gate is more closely associated with Sylvia, in my opinion, is kind of scary. So I mean, I guess we could, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a rest. But anyway, so those are the. I'm trying not to be too picky, but you know, there are many problems because it's also exit 16 is the CIP, which we already mentioned the problems with that. So that means that it's exit 36 off of that, and it even extends to the Bronx. So it's exit 54 off of 278 because by that point it is an east-west highway. It's exit 6A off of I-95, and you know, those are pretty big problems that you have to deal with. And the same can go for 295, like it's exit 33 off of CIP, and exit 54 again off of 278, exit 6B off of 295 north, of 95 south. So again, like those problems, and if you're wondering, 95 is not extending to Long Island. It's kind of like but you know, there's so it's like I mean, you know, like all these roads extend into the Bronx. The CIP is exit 12 and off the SSP, so we're finally at SSP level. And yeah, I'm trying not to be too greedy here, but those are actually some major problems. So Douglaston, Little Neck actually is technically the first true one that I mean there are some before it that don't have any problems, but you know, 33 and 25 are Lakeville Road, 34 and 26 is New Hyde Park, 35/36 on 495 depending on which direction you're heading, and 27 are Shelter Hill Road, 28 and 37 are Wills Avenue. They trade blows, 29 and 38. 31 and 39 is Glencoe Road. But here's a problem. So 31A-M is Glencoe Road towards NY25, but that's exit 40 off of 495. But again, given 25's directionality, it's not, you can't really measure it off of that. So the next one is 35 and 41, which is 106 and 107 combined, but they don't count. Why don't they count? They don't count because they don't count because they don't count because 106 is exit 25 off the SSP, and 20 and exit 9 and exit 29 off the SSP is 107. Now 107 is also exit 5 off of the off of NY 107, but we're not going to mention off NY 135, but we're not going to mention that. However, that's still a scary problem. It's kind of a scary problem. NY. So yeah, 36 NS and 43 are both South Oysterway Road, and 36 AB have been only heading eastbound, and 44 are 135. So, what's the problem with that? 135 is a stub of a highway, but it is exit 28A off the SSP. Now it's supposed to initially extend to the Wantagh State Parkway and go up to NY 106 at Oyster Bay. However, a new route was planned where it would instead end at Ocean Parkway and go up to Cove Neck. And then it'll connect to I-287, which is supposed to be along the Great Long Island Sound link, but that never happened, as we all know. To be honest, I doubt that it will. So 37 and 45 is Meadow Hill Road. 3846 is Sunnyside Boulevard. And here's the thing, 42, 37A, they trade blows, but they're two different. Like 42 is in Jericho, 37A is on the Plainview Woodbury border. So, I mean, the problem is that they're too close together to count. Have you ever heard of too close to call? Yeah. This is too far to call. Like, you can't include it. 39 and 48, however, is Round Swamp Road. 49 is NY 110, but again, you cannot include that because NY 110 is annoyingly exit 32 off of the SSP. I know, it's annoying. And there aren't too many connections until you get to Colmack Road. 43 off of the NSP and 52 off 195. Now you do have 231, which is 42 and 51. The problem with that is the fact that not only is it exit 39, I believe, off the SSP, but it's exit 40 off of the off of 27. It was so far east that NY 27 is its own respectable highway. And again, 44 is the Sac the Coast, and that's 53AB off of 495 BC heading if you're heading the other way. So actually, technically, 53A is Colmack Road if you're heading westbound on I-495. But I completely forgot I had chopstick until now. And this is kind of a miraculous discovery. Anyway, so this is also exit 41A off of the SSP, and also 41 off of 27. Wait, no, actually, no, it's not, because that's about Moses Causeway. And 45 off the SSP is a Sac the Coast, but and exit 40 off of the SSP is the Moses Causeway, which is exit 41 off 27. It's really confusing by this point. It's so confusing. Cause like it's three highways that combine go to both ends of Long Island, but it's three highways. And also that's Barnum Avenue, as you can see over there. Initially, my walk was planned to end there, and I'm actually gonna do part 5 while I complete it. I'm now going to be going to Groman's, however, not Barnum. Because, I mean, I have a lot of time. Yeah, it's probably gonna end around North Lincoln Road, not South Lincoln Road. Although I do want my parents to drive me there, so I could show you like the Bethpage complexity and like why the border is so weird. But regardless, we're running out of time, and the NSP also ends at a point. So bye.